Check. Check 1 2 3. Check. Mic testing. Check. Check 1 2 3. Check. 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 Okay na? Check.
Thanks, Suresh Nair, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for joining in, Suresh. Good morning, madam. Hey, madam.
Good morning.
Shall I start directly?
Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to one and all. On behalf of Vienna Vignana Jyothi Institute of Engineering and Technology, we extend a very warm welcome to the inaugural of IEEE SPS Summer School on Internet of Things for Biomedical and Healthcare Applications. Involve, indulge and evolve are some of the key terms that we reflect upon when we encourage the spirit of research and innovation. We at Vignana VJIET aim at providing a place with unlimited opportunities, and we are always enthusiastic to work on new technologies and innovations. Vignana VJIET feels proud to host the IEEE Signal Processing Society SPS Summer School on Internet of Things for Biomedical and Healthcare Applications, in association with IEEE Hyderabad section, IEEE Signal Processing Society and IEEE Women in Engineering Affinity Group. Now I request Ms. Sadia, Chair, IEEE Vienna Women in Engineering Affinity Group, to introduce a program. Good morning, one and all. I'm happy to share about the SPS Summer School. IEEE is the world's leading resource for technological innovation and professional network in the fields of electrical and electronic computing. The IEEE's first society, the Signal Processing Society, is the world's premier professional society for signal processing scientists and professionals since 1948. Signal processing is the enabling technology for the generation, transformation, and interpretation of information. SPS seasonal schools are either summer schools or winter schools and are geared towards providing graduate students and early stage researchers with background on selected topics in signal processing. The year 2020 has been full of unpredictable happenings, but the onset of pandemic has definitely taught us one thing, which is the importance of digital technology and automation, especially in the field of medicine. To enlighten the young minds and professionals about digitization and healthcare, IEEE Signal Processing Society, in association with IEEE Hyderabad section, IEEE WIE Hyderabad section, and IEEE Vignana VJIET student branch, is organizing a fully virtual 4-day Signal Processing Society Summer School program on IoT for Biomedical and Healthcare Applications. The IoT has numerous applications in healthcare, from remote monitoring and assistive technologies to smart sensors in wearables and medical device integration. The SPS Summer School is planned and organized in a manner to throw some light on the topics of biomedical signal processing and healthcare IoT applications, presenting the most recent advances of research in these fields and providing the attendees with the necessary skills to address the future challenges related to biomedical engineering and healthcare. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, Sadia, for your introduction about SPS program. To begin the inaugural of the SPS program on an auspicious note, the classical dance troupe of Vignana VJIET welcomes you with a classical dance performance by Priyanka.
Lalita, you're there?
Yes, Venkatesh. Hello, I just message you now. Yeah, so welcome to
sun वन्दन्ति सुन्दरमुखं मन्तकान्तकसुतं तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजेऽहं 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 भजे तमिह श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे सेवित सुरेन्द्र महनीय गुणशीलम्
सेवित सुरेन्द्र महनीय गुणशीलं जप तप समाधि सुख वरदानुकूलम्
भावित सुरमणिगण भक्त परिपालं भयङ्कर विषङ्गमातङ्ग कुलकालं
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे
कनककेयूरहारावळी कलितगम्भीरगौरगिरिशोभं सुशोभम्
कनककेयूरहारावळी कलितगम्भीरगौरगिरिशोभं सुशोभम्
कामारि भयभरितमूढमदकलिकलुषकन्तितमखण्ड प्रतापम्
कामादि भयभरितमूढमद कलिकलुषकण्टितमखण्ड प्रतापम्
सनकसुकनारद पतञ्जलि पराशर मतङ्गमुनिसङ्ग सल्लापम्
सत्यपरमाब्जनयन प्रमुद मुक्तिकर तत्त्वमसि नित्यनिगमादिस्वरूपम् श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे
श्रीविघ्नराजं
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे श्रीविघ्नराजं
श्रीविघ्नराजं भजे
धीं तनन तिल्लान धीं तनन तिल्लान तनधिरन 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 धीं तनन तिल्लान तनन तिल्लान धीं तनन तिल्लान
and also for invoking the blessings of God. Now we would like to invite the eminent personalities whose continuous guidance, supervision and support led us to achieve our goals. We would now take the opportunity to invite our guests onto the dais. Our President Dr. D.N. Rao Garu felicitating our student Priyanka for her performance. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you, sir. May I take the privilege in inviting Dr. Y. Padmasai Garu, Chair, Women in Engineering Affinity Group, IEEE Hyderabad, to grace the dais. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Dr. C.D. Naidu Garu, Principal, Vignana VJIT, to grace the dais. Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. B. Chennakesav Rao Garu, Director, Vignana VJIT, to come on to the dais. Thank you, sir. I request Sri Kore Durga Prasad Garu, Joint Secretary, Vignana Jyothi, to grace the dais. Thank you, sir. May I invite Dr. D.N. Rao Garu, President, Vignana Jyothi, to grace the dais. Thank you, sir. We are extremely honored to have you all with us on this occasion of this SPS program. I now request the dignitaries to mark the beginning of the SPS program by lighting the lamp. The dignitaries on the stage lighting the lamp, marking the inaugural of the SPS program, organized in association with IEEE Hyderabad section, IEEE Signal Processing Society and IEEE Women in Engineering Affinity Group. Sadia, the student chair of IEEE Vignana wing, lighting the lamp. Thank you all for marking the inaugural of the SPS program. May I now request Dr. Y. Padmasai Garu, Chair, Women in Engineering Affinity Group, IEEE Hyderabad, to welcome the participants.
Sorry for the delay.
Good morning, one and all. To all the dignitaries present today physically and virtually, I would like to thank Professor Dr. Suresh Nair, Chairman-elect, IEEE India Council, for gracing the occasion. Dr. Ramasubba Reddy Garu for accepting to deliver keynote talk on this auspicious day, and all our fellow IEEE members, Dr. Amit Kumar, Dr. Bala Prasad, and Mr. N. Venkatesh Garu, M. Lakshmi Narayan Garu, Dr. Lalita, Mr. Srinivas Jastri, our members, Dr. D.N. Rao Garu, Sri K. Harichandra Prasad Garu, Sri Kodes Durga Prasad Garu, our principal, Dr. C.D. Naidu Garu, Dr. B. Channakeshwara Garu, Vijayasagar, Vijayalata ma'am, Sri Lakshmi ma'am, and Deepak Madhur sir. I welcome all of you wholeheartedly for 4-day event IEEE SPS Summer School on Internet of Things for Biomedical and Healthcare Applications. To all the dignitaries present here today, the summer school was supposed to be grand offline event during May 2020, but the pandemic put hold on a lot of our plans, and this was one of them. Even then, IEEE SPS was always there, supporting us and discussing thoroughly about how we could still make this summer school possible. Also, thanks to the incredible team of IEEE Hyderabad section and VNR VJIT, who has always been there to support us in every aspect. Through online, this summer school on the topic IoT for biomedical and healthcare applications is going to be a rich experience for all the guests and attendees. We have professionals with diverse backgrounds with years of experience with us as speakers for this summer school lined up for the next 4 days. Entrepreneurs, professors and leaders in areas of biomedical research and engineering have joined us here. This pandemic has taught us the importance of digitization and how it is indeed to be implemented in the domain of healthcare. It is time for us to play the bigger role and contribute to the society that has given us so much. This summer school is going to be a stepping stone for the students and budding professionals to learn and explore. Kindly take advantage of this knowledge for all the speakers. Ask questions, keenly listen, and get in touch with them to do something more. Opportunity does not knock twice. I hope to see IEEE SPS Summer School as a chance to learn and grow, and you will be wise enough to utilize it to the fullest. We have planned 4-day altogether. We have planned 16 sessions and 2 panel discussions. One panel discussion on challenges in establishing startup in healthcare domain. Another one by another panel discussion on empowerment of women, challenges and opportunities. So we have planned this session up to 8:30 for 2 days. Parallelly, we are having poster presentation. We got tremendous response for this event. 100 participants registered for this event, and approximately 20 posters we have received up to now. So all the members, many from various organizations and institutions, they have accepted our invitation and delivering various talks during session from morning 9 to 5:15 daily up to 31st December. I request all the participants make use of this opportunity, try to attend all the classes, and I thank all the members. Suresh Nair sir, even though you are very busy, for accepting our invitation, I thank you. And similarly, Ramasubba Reddy sir also, actually I thought of bringing all of you to our institute. Because of that one, we have postponed this event 4 times. Even then, I am unable to bring all of you to our institute. So I am waiting for that opportunity. All the eminent speakers should visit our institute at one time. After, we hope it will be fine after few days. So I welcome all of you wholeheartedly for this inaugural session. Thank you one and all.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for enlightening us about this SPS program in detail. May I now request our Principal Dr. C.D. Naidu Garu to address the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. Dr. D.N. Rao Garu, President Vignana Jyothi. Sri Kode Durga Prasad Garu, Joint Secretary Vignana Jyothi. Channakeshwara Garu, Director Advancements. My colleague and Professor Padmasai. Key role today she is playing on this occasion. And she is the chair of Women's Wing of IEEE. And esteemed speakers of today's sessions. I congratulate the Department of EC and Padmasai Garu for organizing such an event on IoT applications on biomedical engineering area. So this is the apt domain area where everybody is looking for IoT applications in biomedical area. So I congratulate the Department of CEC for doing this job, and I also thank Ram Subbareddy Garu, who is my classmate at IIT Madras, working as a professor in Biomedical Engineering Department, for accepting our institute Padmasai invitation to give a keynote address today on biomedical areas, for which he has done his PhD in about 30 years back in IISc Bangalore on biomedical signal processing area. So I thank everybody for creating this occasion online, and also IEEE for funding this program. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your words of inspiration. May I request Dr. Suresh Nair Garu, Chairman-elect IEEE India Council, to speak a few words. Sir is going to...
School on Internet of Things for Biomedical and Healthcare Applications, starting from 28th December to 31st December. And this is associated with IEEE Hyderabad section, IEEE Processing Society, and IEEE Activity Group. Thank you, Dr. Padmasai, and thank the participants, Dr. Vijay for hosting this event. Internet of Things has grown to Internet of everything now, and you have right to take looking for biomedical and healthcare applications. This is in line with the target of IEEE Advancing Technology for Humanity. I have been working on biomedical and healthcare for almost 15 years or so, and mentoring many startups in these areas. This is in line with the target. Yes, Internet of Things starts with sensors, processing, data generation, as well as interpretation. Basically, artificial intelligence with the analytics also hand in hand with IoT. There will be some sessions on those. Nowadays, expertise of doctors are trying to be duplicated with artificial intelligence, and also associated with research process, including some digital tools which can even predict some issues. I wish all the very best for this summer school, and I'm very sure this will be very useful to the participants. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time and inspiring words. Now I request to address the
Good morning to all. Distinguished engineers and educationalists, and my dear colleagues at VNR VGIT. First, let me congratulate Padma Shahi and her team for organizing this very important meeting, IoT and signal processing in healthcare and in biomedical domain. It's last night I was thinking about it. How to put such a vast subject into 5 minutes presentation. Then I thought, okay, being a businessman, I would look at the things in a different way. And if I have to go to a hospital or a medical domain field for my own personal use, how will I experience this IoT and signal processing and data analytics? I was visualizing it. I thought I will share a few minutes with you. Okay. First, I have to see a doctor. If I have to see a doctor, I'll fix an appointment. Okay. Yes, all of us go to first the doctor's secretary. So I'm imagining 10 years from now, I'm going to the doctor's secretary. When I go there, already my name is there. They were saying, welcome, Dr. Rao. I said, surprising. This never happened. I had to wait for 1 hour to see the first, doctor's secretary. Okay. And then I remember now, they have given me a RF tag along with my card. That was the first Internet of Things. That RF tag, it identified my presence. It contacted the central repository and then got down all the information, and then the secretary is there in front of secretary's screen. And then she called me. Oh, Dr. Rao. I was very pleasantly surprised. Normally, you know how busy they are and how direct to the point they talk without smile and other things. But this lady is different. She is nice looking, very articulate, very polite, very civil, very caring, and all that. Then she said, sir, please wait for 5 minutes in the waiting room. You will be called in. 5 minutes? That's a surprise. Normally when you see a doctor, how long you will wait? Don't count. And then, okay, I was very surprised, and then I was just about to go out of the door, and then suddenly I remembered I had to ask something. Then I went back, and then I was about to address her. Then she very rudely said, your time is up. In a very machine type of language. Then I looked at her very carefully. It was not the reception in real. It was a virtual reality, augmented reality, put in that position, trained to be courteous, trained to be this one. But unfortunately, the programmer never thought a patient can return back to her. So that program is out. So she used the machine. How a machine talks, hello, how are you? That type of language she used it, and so this is out. I think that's my first imagination of this. I think it's going to happen. Okay. And then the next thing, I go to the doctor. As usual, I think we are all used to getting our diagnosis done by the instruments. And here also, I think there are more instruments, more sensors, more this one, etc. And then the diagnosis faster. I think you don't need to go somewhere. All of them, the Internet of Things, the things are available there. You just attach it, and then it's there. The result is there. Okay, but I can go on and all that. But this is going to be a dramatic change in how you see a doctor, how the doctor sees you, how they treat you, how they intervene, how they treat you, and then either an operation or anything, the post-treatment, okay, how the things will be entirely different. Okay, but in the whole process, okay, in my imagination, I missed one thing: the Internet of Fingers. You know these fingers? This is an internet by itself. When you went to a doctor, say 5 or 6 years ago, what was the first thing the doctor used to say? Put his fingers on your wrist and feel it. That was a point of comfort and a human touch. So the point that I'm trying to make is, all these things are fine, but I think we could take special care of providing this human touch, okay, to the patients, both in biomedical domain and especially in the healthcare. That human touch is important. When you are designing things, make sure that human touch comes real from humans, not from machines. Okay. With that, I thank you for giving this opportunity. Okay, and I wish the function all success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom, which gave us a perspective to adopt all the time, and very inspiring as usual. Deepak Mathur Garu, Director-elect IEEE Region 10, is not able to join us because of some important assignment. So he shared a message with us. I'm going to read it on his behalf. So he said in his message, I'm glad to see that Vignana Jyothi Institute of Engineering and Technology is organizing this 4-day virtual event, IEEE SPS Summer School on Internet of Things for Biomedical and Healthcare Applications. It's a good way to keep members engaged by organizing virtual events. I would also like to appreciate your efforts and also efforts of your team. Many thanks for the invitation. Because of my other planned work, I was not able to make it for this occasion. I would like to look forward to some other opportunity to take part in the programs of Vignana VJ IET. Thank you very much. So that's from Deepak Mathur, sir. Continuing with the event, now I request Dr. Amit Kumar Garu, Chair, IEEE Hyderabad section, to address the gathering. He's joining us online.
Thank you very much for organizing this summer school in a hybrid mode, and I think there are some technical glitches which always happens with this kind of adjustments, but I think this is a well thought of and novel idea to host in dual mode. So I thank VNR Institute for hosting the summer school. Dr. Padmasai, who is one of our key IEEE Hyderabad section volunteer, looking after the WNE area. And apart from that, the Signal Processing Society, Dr. Salita, then our other society members who come in forward and conceptualize this workshop. In fact, it was planned much earlier that we will try to have it in the physical mode. We waited, we pushed, but again, the time did not suit well that we could have it 100% physical. So we decided that we will go for the virtual, and I think the kind of response which we have received for this virtual workshop is also quite satisfactory. But if you see the concept of summer schools in IEEE, They are we call summer schools, but usually they can be organized in any time of the year. Usually it lasts from 3 days to 1 week time or something like that. That consists mostly of the lectures, seminars, discussions, or if it is happening physically, it will also have visits to the local academic organizations which are doing work or research in the area of the summer school, which unfortunately is not going to happen with our SPS Summer School. But I think more than that, the kind of speakers which our volunteers from IEEE Hyderabad section has brought in, they are all tremendous. We are discussing most of the cutting edge technologies, be it IoT for the hospital systems, IoT for the data banking, and several other cutting edge technologies are also there as a part of this workshop. And I hope it will be very beneficial for the young researchers and the people coming in and joining in from several related industries and academic institutions. In fact, the idea of summer schools is that we sometimes have this as an in-house program where the attendees will be staying at the institution, food and everything is given to the participants, and there is a chance to meet the researchers and international scholars who are specifically the young scientists and all to discuss hot topics and ongoing research. And probably we will not be able to offer this again as we do in the physical mode, but we have tried our best that that networking or the discussions take place so that everybody is benefited from the program. So I thank and congratulate our volunteers, Padmasai, our team, Dr. Lalit, and all the volunteers who are associated with this. IEEE Hyderabad section has been doing quite well from the last 7-8 months from the COVID-19 challenge arose. We have had posted more than 1,000 events as yet, and which have been benefiting a lot to our members in IEEE Hyderabad section. So this is one such program, which is a technical program, and apart from several distinguished lectures which we have organized several wonderful flagship programs of Hyderabad section by different societies. This is another step, and I'm hoping that this program will definitely be very useful and beneficial for all the attendees. So thank you, Dr. Padmasai, for following it up with the SPS for the funding. Thank you within our college, and thanks to all the volunteers who are part of this program. Thank you very much.
Of the IEEE chapters. Now I request Mr. P. Balaprasad Garu, Secretary, IEEE Hyderabad section, to speak a few words.
Sir, if not able to join us.
Next IEEE Hyderabad section to address the gathering.
Hello, Venkatesh sir.
Yes, yeah. So can you hear me? Yes,
We are able to hear you. We are able to hear you.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Sai and SPS, SPS Society, for organizing this. I hope, everything goes fine. I know there are some technical glitches here because of the dual thing here, but I think everything will be sorted out, and I hope everybody has a good time. Speaker. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, organizers, for doing this, and I think it's going to be a very interesting summer school or seasonal school, as we call it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your words of motivation. Now I request Dr. M. Lakshmi Narayan Garu, past chair, IEEE Hyderabad section, to speak a few words.
Venkatesh, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Dr. K.R. Suresh Nair Garu, Chair-elect, India Council, Ram Subba Reddy Garu, Dr. Amit Kumar, Venkatesh, and the main host, VNR VJIT, Dr. Padma Sai Garu and her team. It's a great opportunity for everybody for this particular type of event. I congratulate the team for conducting the IEEE SPS Summer School on Internet of Things for Biomedical and Healthcare Applications. Well, Dr. Mathur and other speakers have already talked here, and I think very excellent speakers are taken, like Celia Sanaj and Dr. Malini from OU, and other extra, good speakers are there. I think participants will get very much benefited. And incidentally, the host VNR VGIT has got good research facilities. I had an opportunity. I had a privilege of on their R&D board in 2008 and 9. So this particular program will be definitely useful to the institute host as well as to the speaker, the participants. And once again, I thank I think all the time, ever since this, Signal Passing Society has been started, subsequent, all the chairs like Venkatesh, Lalita and others, have been nurturing this society very well. And it's great, this thing that, WIE is also associated with this and doing good job. I congratulate once again to the organizers as well as, all the best for the participants to make use of this, particular summer school. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your words of motivation. I request Sri Kode Durga Prasad Garu, Joint Secretary, Vignana Jyothi, to address the gathering.
Good morning, everybody. Well, when Dr. Rao was here, our president, he was mentioning from his experiences as a businessman as to what he can foresee, visualize to be happening 10 years from today. Opening doors, just not windows, for many, many applications, many, many usages. Well, while that is so, everything in the net is open to everybody. That's what we believe it to be. And particularly for somebody coming from the police department, I'm a former police officer, handling security all my life. So the issues that cause concern to me are security related. Particularly when we are speaking of things, Internet of Things for biomedical and healthcare applications, where, as we all know, there is a certain amount of confidentiality that the medical data has to be maintained. If the confidentiality is broken and the reliability is lost, then there's a major questions that come up. And particularly when we are speaking of life critical equipment. I know there have been now for cyber security, you got the IEC 62443 code, and for the data security standards that you have already laid out for information security in IEC ISO 27001 and 27002. But there's an eternal race that goes on. As you keep on coming up with more and more standards, there are people who are ready to breach those standards more and more. And while you can have multi-layered security incorporated, probably that impacts a little bit on this time frames, etc. But still, those the human mind is so fantastic that you can come up with solutions for each one of them and breach them. So my only exhortation to all of you is, during your deliberations in the next 4 days, please do also look at this aspect as to how best, as I say, in particular in the biomedical and the healthcare applications, how best you can make sure that this confidentiality part is not breached and that is protected. We from Vignana Jyothi look forward to hosting all of you here and make Dr. Padma Shai's dream come true of bringing all of you here, all the best brains in the country in this particular field. Come here, address our students, and be also conduct your deliberations here with us. All the best to these proceedings for the next 4 days, and look forward to the good day when we can meet all of you here. Good day to all of you.
Thank you, sir, for focusing on the importance of data security and solutions to the problems posed by emerging technologies. May I now request Mr. T. Vidyasagar Garu, Chair, Computer Society, IEEE Hyderabad section, to speak a few words.
And I congratulate VNR for such an initiative, and all the best. Thank you.
Now I request Dr. V. Lalita Garu, Chair, Computer Society, SPS Joint Chapter, IEEE Hyderabad section, to address the gathering.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good morning. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Padmasari and her team and Vignana Jyothi for hosting such a wonderful event, and IEEE Signal Processing Society for supporting this event. I know of how it got postponed, and but still there have been support from their end, trying to reorganize it in the best possible way. And I see the program. The program has turned out to be fantastic. I'm very happy with the diverse set of speakers which they have been able to bring on board, including speakers from academia, industry, and so on. And of course, the poster sessions, panel discussion, and so on. So I think it's going to be a very rich experience for the participants. Congratulations again to the organizers. Thank you for organizing this event.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your words of motivation. Now I request Dr. G. Sri Lakshmi Garu, Chair, Student Activities Committee, IEEE Hyderabad section, to speak a few words. Ma'am is joining us online.
A very good morning to one and all. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Good morning to all the dignitaries. I congratulate Vignana and Jyothi College for organizing this wonderful event, collaborating with Y and other societies. So I wish you all the very best, and I hope it will reach to all the students and the faculty, and in lot of knowledge, whatever that they are going to present the seminars and other workshops. All the very best for the event. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words of motivation. Now I request Sri K. Harishchandra Prasad Garu, General Secretary, Vignana Jyothi, to speak a few words.
Very good morning to all. At the outset, my apologies for coming late. In fact, I told Dr. Padmasai I will not be attending this meeting. At the outset, my congratulations to Padmasai Garu for organizing. I didn't understand why is it called a summer school in winter. So anyway, okay. No, I said having a winter school, okay. I think it's nice that you have taken the initiative to organize this seminar workshop for 3 days. And the topic is, of course, need of the hour. And I'm sure you'll do a good job, and the deliberations that go through this meeting will be useful for the college. And I wish all the people involved in it all the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our Director, Dr. B. Chennakesar Rao Garu, Vignana VJIT, to address the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. Namaskar, Swagatam, Suswagatam to 4 days summer school on biomedical applications, especially IoT in biomedical applications and as well as healthcare. On behalf of Vignana VJIT, on my own behalf, once again I extend warm welcome to all of you for this summer school. Respected dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, distinguished guests virtually, and my dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to thank the department for organizing this summer school. Sir, I think this year is very, very important for all of us actually, because being the Silver Jubilee year, we are going to celebrate in a big manner, especially we're supposed to do it actually. In view of this pandemic, we could not do it. But anyway, I think we have decided to conduct this event at this moment on this particular occasion. As for Vignana VJIT is concerned, this is one of the premier institute. And at all India level, we got 127th rank according to NRF ranking, and as well as even QS ranking also we got diamond. So that way I think this institute is doing extremely good job. And in this connection, I think we have decided to conduct number of workshops and seminars, conferences, and symposiums on the occasion of Silver Jubilee celebrations. But as a professor of mechanical engineering, but I have a small query, especially I think our presidents are this IoT started in 2008 itself with a great vision that in this campus I think we're supposed to do a lot of work in IoT. So that way I think during the last 12 years I think we are doing extremely good job in IoT. But in this connection I think Padma Sai and Manjula madam, both the people I think they have done PhD in biomedical applications only. So that way I think 12 years back only we have predicted all these things. That's why already we have conducted a number of programs in this IoT field also. But what are the challenges that we are going to face during this particular time? So there are 10 important challenges in case of healthcare. I think everybody is aware about that. During this pandemic time, I think everybody is suffering a lot because of this COVID-19. So in this connection, I think Vignana VJIT has started a small one application in biomedical application, as well as that is a cough and wheeze analyzer. Already we have started. We have created a small application, and that application is being used at Apollo Hospital, sir. I think this entire credit goes to the Padma Sai and Naran Rao Garu and the entire team. And similarly, I think some of the applications, especially in case of IT department, 2 applications already they have developed in biomedical applications. Even EE department also they have developed 2 or 3 applications. So that way I think Vignana VJIT is spending a lot of time in the biomedical and as well as healthcare also. But what are the challenges that we are going to face it? I think these are all the things that we are supposed to discuss in this platform and see that at least we have to produce some quality solutions. So one is the cancer treatment. I think many people are suffering because of the cancer. So that way I think AI and machine learning and deep learning IoT. These four technologies we can use it so that we can produce quality solutions in this particular area also. And the second one is the smart continuous glucose monitoring, CGM, and insulin pens also. I think a lot of work is going on in this particular area. And another important one is that is a contact lenses. I think everybody is suffering eye vision. That way, I think AI and machine learning and as well as IoT applications are being used in this particular area also. So I request all the delegates and as well as the participants, please try to do some work in this particular area. Especially healthcare is a vast area, and in the biomedical applications also, especially we have instrumentation department in Vienna VJIT. So all these two departments, EC and EA department together, I think they can work in biomedical and as well as the healthcare and agriculture sector also. I think a lot of work is going on in IoT. So that way I think these three areas, I think if we can concentrate and discuss during these 4 days and acquire the knowledge that is required, so that way I think we can do better solution, better systems in case of healthcare and as well the medical applications. I wish you all, I hope you are going to enjoy this period, and at the end of the day definitely you are going to learn delta theta, and that data, whatever that knowledge that you are going to acquire can be shared with your fellow friends, and that way I think we can improve the transmission of knowledge in this particular field. I wish you all once again good luck, all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us on the various projects undertaken at Vienna VJIET. We have come to the closing of the inaugural session. Before we start off with the keynote address for today, we thank all the guests, okay, and all the panelists and all the speakers for sparing out their valuable time with us and also making this inaugural successful one. Thank you, one and all. Now it's time to start our keynote address today. I request Sadia to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. M. Ram Subbareddy Garu, to you all. I'm honored to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. M. Ramasubbareddy Garu, to you all. Dr. M. Ramasubbareddy is an experienced teacher cum researcher in the areas of biomedical instrumentation, signal, and image processing. He pursued his BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering and PhD in Biomedical Signal Processing, and is currently working as professor and head of laboratory of Biomedical Engineering Group at the Department of Applied Mechanics, Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, Chennai, India. His research interests include biomedical instrumentation, rehabilitation engineering, physiological modeling, and biomedical signal and image processing. It is an honor to have you on this scintillating arena. Now I request Dr. M. Ramasubbareddy Garu to deliver the keynote address.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Can I share my screen or maybe how can it be
You can share, sir.
Hello. Yeah. So for that, you hello, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Can I share my screen or maybe
You can share, sir.
Yeah. So for that, yeah, I'm trying to share my screen. You can share, sir. Yeah, I'm trying to share my screen.
Sir, your net is very slow. Could you please stop your video?
Yeah, are you able to see my screen?
Hello? Yes, sir. Hello? Hello? Sir, continue, sir.
Yeah, this is Ram Subhashi. My the opportunity that you gave me to speak over the conference. And
Continue, sir.
yeah, this is a very up time that we are discussing on this and medical, biomedical and healthcare applications. And if we see it, yeah, I'm trying, but it's very land that's happening around. Is it going to be very large environment?
Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, could you please stop your video, sir?
You want me to stop video, right?
Yes. Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, could you please stop your
Let me just see that. Yeah, I'm going to stop the video.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yes, madam.
Sir.
Yeah, I'm And to stop yeah. I'm able to hear you, madam. Yeah, hello. Hello, madam. Namaskar. Hello. Hello. Can I just log off and I come back again? Should I log off from the get now and come back? Hello. Hello. Namaste, madam. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, please close your YouTube, sir. Please close your YouTube link, sir. Only join through WebEx.
Okay. Is it not closed?
Yes, sir. Otherwise, echo is coming, sir.
That YouTube channel. Okay, are you interested now?
Please continue, sir.
Yeah. So the topic Internet of Things to manage is a very hot topic that we have to discuss on this hour of today. Because we are conditions where we are not supposed to or need to go out of our shells and our own businesses. And really contact doctor or maybe any other person to get our ailments explained or being expressed. So in this situation, the Internet of Things. So that is one which is not only for medical, it is entire societal development. This Internet of Things are essential, and especially for biomedical and healthcare applications. It is a very a boon at this time. What we can see as Internet is every aspect of our day-to-day life, right from say calendar, the transportation, the phones, everything is connected to the Internet or maybe the cloud memory, and that is interacted by different devices or different areas, so that our life goes smooth and we can share all our information to the external world. Especially when we come to the medical field, so all that what we were interested is to express our difficulties or maybe our condition to the doctor and then taking doctor's suggestion. And based on doctor's suggestion, probably we have to get either damage or there some medication or maybe some operation things. As Bob was saying, during those days, but he was imagining to visit a doctor, and the moment doctor goes, the subject goes, or maybe how goes there, receptionist, I might give some data and then getting consulted. And this is a real situation nowadays. And that too, I am here to add a little more. We don't really tell to doctors what for we have come. So all the parameters, either they are normal or maybe they are little out of normal range, will be already recorded through different gadgets, and doctor will be having complete information of our health condition, and doctor will suggest what to do next. So that is the condition. So further, what we have to do is, as you can see in this
slide. So a subject patient, if patient has to be connected to different gadgets to take BP, temperature, or maybe even to some extent psychological behavior or day-to-day activities, all are recorded through different gadgets, even the movement or the profile what we are using, the way that we are calling the different people who will be contacting. This will tell the doctor or maybe DPS so how our condition is and our status is. So this has to be analyzed or maybe stored in a big area, and that has to be processed, and then proper diagnosis has to be derived from the parameters that are inside the subjects. So that's what the biomedical and healthcare applications coming into things. So the Internet of Things are not maybe as we see that it's not a result of a single novel technology. Several complementary technical developments together help to bridge the gap between virtual and the physical world. So it's not a single technology, say like your what we especially in this community, so that let us say an IC or maybe a transistor or maybe a computer. So it's only one technology what we can think of, but here the IoT is not a single technology, is what we think of it. It is the combination of different technologies so that we will be able to use the best possible outcomes of these technologies and make the day-to-day living comfortable and convenient. For this one, we require it. So identification, sensing, actuation, embedded information processing, communication, accessibility, localization, user interfaces. So these are some of the technical developments that are combined to form as the Internet of Things domain. So here again there are a lot of diversities in each one of this topic what is mentioned here. So this will make us to realize the use of the present day. And there are some technical challenges of IoT. So again, if we think of, let us say, a human health condition or health monitoring. So here, it may be an individual or a group of people, or a family, or maybe a society, or a city, or a town, or maybe the entire nation or entire world. So what is the scalability? To what level we can scale up the Internet of Things? And if at all we are scaling up or scaling down, what is that we require? Anyway, we develop a technology on a process on an individual. Then it can be even multiplied and then it can be scaled up. But in that process, what are the complications that may come up to that we have to understand? And technological standardization. So maybe from region to region, or maybe from person to person, or maybe the same about age. So there are so many terms of standardization parameters, various many there, and at the same time even the standardization of different protocols that we have to follow in this process, or maybe different parameter measuring techniques, all those things will come in this. Or maybe interoperability, heterogeneous sensors. So these sensors might be having, let us say, just as simple as the temperature sensor, like what we can see by placing thermometer in our on the body and then try to measure the temperature. Or maybe it can be even finding out the gene structure, how it is formed. So these are all these sensors are very different types. There can be chemical, mechanical, or electrical, or maybe sometimes it will be even images. So a lot of things will be there. So these advanced NGF sensors are to be integrated together and be connected to make the Internet of things. So maybe we'll go for individual measurement discussion. We collaborate on that. And software complexity. So the way that we discussed earlier, the entire parameter measurements of an individual or a society or the whole world, we have to appropriately cluster together and then try to decision making. As one of the speakers said, the machine learning and artificial intelligence. So all those things will come and develop the software and what are the different software modular development. So these are the things that are coming. Data volume. As we said, when we go for this parameter measurement, then the data will be given us and we have to be how to jam the data in an appropriate way so that we can extract proper conclusion out of the data. There is no point in collecting data and coming to now that we are the data has to be appropriately calculated so that we will be able to design the decisions on the data so that we use it for healthcare and the betterment of human life. Interaction and authentication, like say Bluetooth or sort of a data transmission from the subject to maybe a machine or from one machine to the other machine. So this is how well we will communicate across this one talent or interface to our servers. So when the data has to be put in storage areas, then we have to transmit it over the net and our servers and wireless communications and all tolerance as your gloves are correct. And the person mentioning about security and the issues of security issues of the data, especially medical data, is very important because we don't want to share individuals' data with society, with common platform. But at the same time, the health provider or maybe doctor or maybe a nurse or some research institution which requires data for a particular treatment or maybe particular conclusion, we should be able to give it and at the same time keep it secure from the general public. So these are the issues that one has to address. So in that way, the IoT is not one domain where we can say electronics knowledge or maybe electronics hardware knowledge is going to come as IoT or maybe some sort of software programming is IoT, or maybe we cannot say that it is sensing. We will be able to sense the parameters of the body, different parameters, the temperature, the chemical components, or the behavioral components, or maybe psychological components. So all these things, if we are able to sense properly, so then we can take appropriate decisions on the value of So these are all the challenges that we face. The IoT is used in all fields, right? Education, to government, healthcare, everywhere. I mean, it's not that okay, whatever we are teaching here. These are not the 7 domains that secret for applications. So every domain now we are using IoT. So just now we are conducting this meeting itself is through IoT. So I'm able to speak from as an IIT Chennai. There are speakers across the country. So they register and they were able to listen to my speech. And maybe all this is controlled by, let us say, by a host or maybe by the organizer, like what we can call the genocide. Even all these things. Yes, I have intention to speak. Speaker, the participants want to listen, but at the same time, even though I want to conduct this meeting, but there is a component which requires, that is the software. The software is making all of us get connected to a particular topic during this particular time and delivering my speech to someone else, and maybe participants want to have interactions, so they will be communicating. So the software is making again say crucial. So in IoT we cannot say which is really the top priority component, or maybe which is really less or negligent component. But all components are equally prioritized, like what we are having in different parts of our body. Every part of our body is important, and it is having its own role to make body to function in a normal way. So that's the way that we can look at the technological developments that are happening in different fields, and all these fields are put together, and that we are calling as IoT, Internet of Things. So these things can be a domain specific, or maybe they can be a general, like what we said, so some fields what we mentioned. So after this something, there are so many other fields which are using this IoT. But whatever field they are concentrated, anybody concentrated, maybe looking the incidents or maybe the requirement of that particular field. So when we say domain, so here what we can see is the IoT in healthcare is a heterogeneous computing, wirelessly communicating systems of applications and health devices that connects patients and health providers to diagnose, monitor, track, and store vital statistics and medical information. So when you come here, so there are systems which will be connected remotely, and they extract the parameters and they are used for diagnosing or monitoring or tracking. There is a difference between diagnose and track. Diagnose, when all parameters are presented to the doctor, probably they can take whether the condition of the patient is good or maybe bad or maybe we can decide. Whereas monitor, so probably we may have to observe the patient for some time. The variation of parameters we have to observe for time. Then we can call it as monitoring or tracking. Maybe subjects are in the field and they have to be tracked where they are. Of course, this tracking, the parameters really starters, all these terms. So the tracking, and I hope if I'm not using our correct situation, COVID subject, any subject not positive PCR result, immediately the administration the contact of this person with others. So the great advantage not to use the packing or store better statistics in the way or the temperature in the period, how we can conclude a particular situation. These are the things we may try to observe. So these are the things what we are concerned in healthcare. So these things may not come in, let us say, economics or maybe let us say travel, education. Of course, these are used, but it is just concentrate on healthcare. So probably we are focusing on the parameter measurement and how we measure based on sensors and then measurements. And based on the measurements, we can diagnose or monitor, track subjects. So use this information for future reference. So what we can say is the parameters that can be a headset that measures the brain waves or maybe what here. So this is like say the recording. The headset is connected to brain, and it is recording the EEG signals. And based on the signals, probably the activity that is happening in the brain, either subject is calm or maybe sleeping or maybe some sort of disease condition is happening, instead of things being done. Or now we are having close with sensing devices. So this is wearable devices. So there are some sensors based on the clothes that we wear put on, and based on the condition of the body, so these devices will track parameters, and they will be communicating to different parts of the world. That's either to be in the hospital or the doctor or giving same feedback to the subject itself. So this is the policy in complete for wearable devices and BP monitors and GO monitors, ECG monitors, pulse oximeters, sensors embedded in medical equipment, dispensing systems, surgical robots, and device implants, any wearable technology device. So these are some of the examples of IoT in healthcare. Of course, yeah, each one will take, say, each recording. So that device, that modality itself stands as one complete research area that we have to record signals and make decisions and then try to communicate and then do appropriate action. So that becomes one need of the entire IoT in healthcare. Similarly, the BP measurement or the glucose monitoring. So whatever we try to think of one lead or maybe one unit, and that will be confined to one parameter. So that will be integrated to the entire IoT Internet of Things. So that's the way about this measurement. And yeah, here you can say health, health BP or personal oil signals or health temperature, smart band. So different companies or different manufacturers come with different gadgets, and they are connected to the say cloud. Then they are the access to the doctors. They are used in life. What is telehealth? Telehealth is a new paradigm in the healthcare industry. So is the delivery of healthcare services and digital solutions to remote locations. So here, it need not have to be the people nearby or next to us these things may happen. So actually, the parameter measurement can be taken at remote places or to remote future from area, and that will be taking decisions and then the evaluating diagnostic back to the information to the concerned area, either it may be HC or maybe a doctor or maybe an individual who will be able to send the information. So this can be used as 24/7 or maybe chart or the MR clouds are storing the information in the cloud. So anything can happen. So as we said, this is the hour and need in this country. So the health umbrella is managing medicine, providing a professional consultation to a patient in a remote location or primary care physician handling a diagnosis, or it can be getting monitoring, collecting information through IoT of a person which is remote places. There is surgery, so enabling the surgeon to perform an operation on a patient from a distant location using the robotics technology. So here, the person who is performing the operation may not have to be expert. He can be just operating, he or she. They can be just able to operate the robotic device, and then the actual surgeon will be information or commands from far off places. So this is what is called surgery and remote medical education, and providing medical education to the healthcare service community and having to use for geographically different locations. So the word is given as medical education. If the remote medical education, medical, you can say remote education is what we are doing now. So all teachers, right from LKG onwards, are now in this pandemic situation. We are teaching LKG to all PG, PhD level interactions are by this it is more online mode. Then now we are on the online mode condition. So this is the way that what we can in fact, if we do the medical education, sending to online, probably we can't remote medical education or condition data services. So here, share specialized health information with other service provider, the education industry, research firms, and to calculate data or many parameters and share them with the doctors or education industry or research or maybe government agencies for taking appropriate say conditions or appropriate decisions or maybe making some sort of rules or some sort of laws in the government regulations. Yes, all this, what we understand is, yes, there is need for IoT and collect the data from the parts, globe or country or remote place, whatever it is, and try to share this one with, say, an expert or a government agency or whatever, and appropriate decisions will be taken, and that has to be conveyed to the person place or whatever it is. So how is it going to happen? So that requires healthcare networks. So we require the internet networks which has to all of us, all the members, like say the subject, education, or the local HC, center or maybe a small hospital or a bigger hospital, and then a doctor, and this doctor has a decision on a committee of doctors or a council of doctors will take a decision based on the data and then try to bring back their decisions to the person who is affected and who was diagnosed. So in this process, so what we can say is the networks are playing a very crucial role. That is how these all people are connected together. So that is topology, so the physical configurations, applications, scenarios, activities, and use cases. So these are the ways that what we can consider how we have to organize these particular conditions. Like what we can think of present legislation today is the one what we are running the dry run of vaccination. That's what they are trying. So like COVID-19. So when vaccination has come, so that vaccine, so that has to be properly organized, properly administered to different people. So now the government has taken a strategy that it has to be given first to, let's say, the paramedical staff first, and then maybe the Navy people or maybe VIPs. So there is some strategy that come up. So to run this process, whether they are really and they will be able to administer properly or not, now we consider it later. Similarly, so a performance will have to first organize how the IoT information has to be collected, processed, and taken a decision and implement the decision. So for this, I think we have to do the performance, how it is happening, architecture, so how it will be implemented in the software organization of the system as a whole and the hierarchical model of safety. So whatever we come up in the topology, so then the software has to be developed in such a way that what we are doing now, in the beginning of our session, the host of this entire operation was Padmasai, what he was able to control to present or interact with others, whereas all of us could not do anything. So it has been transferred the host role to me now, and I was able to share my screen and then I can interact. Maybe the all participants may not have this facility, so that they could able to share their screen or their viewpoints. But they see let's say a chat box is there. You can type in the patient in the chat box so that can be anybody can see that. Or maybe if you want to log things, I mean there are controls. So something like the architecture, you will have to come up in the software or the way of the device connected to the network. That is the software architecture and environment. It's a library for all. There might be some common procedures or common programs or common which one has to use. So at least put them as a platform. So all this together will become a healthcare network. So the healthcare network it has to be designed in such a way that first we have to identify the activity and then how it has to be implemented, and in that process, how fast we can compute our patients. This is as IoT network, and Yeah, now I will deep inside that is the overall structure what I am seeing earlier. In the IoT healthcare, so here there are different services what we can come across: ambient assisted living, and then Internet of Health, adverse drug reactions, community healthcare, and children health information, so wearable device access, and semantic medical access, and indirect emergency healthcare, to embedded software configuration, embedded context publication, prediction. So this is there are a lot more. I mean, not only services you can add on like this. So that each one is having one folder like what we use or maybe an event. So this event, so when we go for service and then it goes as applications. So for that particular service, what is the application? That's what we are looking at. Let us say a single condition, an individual. So like we said, group will sensing ECG monitoring, blood pressure monitoring, body temperature monitoring, oxygen saturation monitoring. So these are individual single unit measurements or parameter measurements. Suppose in this again we may have when ECG monitoring. So again there will be a lot of subclasses for go ahead, and then we can measure the different parameters, and that will be reflecting on the ECG monitoring. Our glucose level monitoring and sensing. So again, that will have a different subclasses. So that and all those things will come out of glucose. So like an individual condition may have this sort of thing, or maybe a clustered condition. So maybe a system. So it is not an individual condition. Different systems. So these different systems we can divide. So like this, the healthcare is divided into different sub-blocks and sub-units, and then they are integrated into care. And we have seen earlier the topology, architecture, and library. So we prepared a lot within advanced IoT. And here again, when we go for this, today we are using smartphones everywhere. The healthcare applications in software, what are there are we have to develop for different conditions to diagnose fast. There are options, antibiotics guide or prognosis, diagnose. So these are different apps that are developed in our applications through this smartphones, so that we will be able to predict or we will take a decision based on the conditions that we can provide this prediction to this app. Like even these information or calculated that we can get to apps. So there are different names or different apps designed by the people. So these here are drug reference applications, literature search applications, medical education applications, and calculator applications, applications. So like this, I mean, it's not limited to these six, but there are armed number of applications that are coming up, and each one is developing one. Of course, all our undergraduate and graduate students are nowadays very much interested in developing an app to a software where they can interact with either device-oriented or maybe even procedure-oriented healthcare assessment. So a lot of things are coming out. So this will form as part of IoT by using software and smartphones. And as I said, the remote have been extremely good measurements. So there are different sensors placed on the body, and these sensors will take the parameter and measurements, and these measurements will be transmitted to let's say wirelessly, and this wireless communication will put them in the say internet storage, and this internet storage is accessed by expert station, a doctor or maybe even that also may be a system. So they will try to take a decision and communicate, say, personal the actions or has to take some international measurements or medication send back to the person. Similarly, they provide itself, so they can even send the information of the subject to the expert station. And this expert station will take appropriate decision, and they can even direct the subject to the appropriate emergency hospitals, so that a good treatment will be delivered to the subject faster and convenient way. Yeah, just 1 minute. Hello, and on the last week. So all this process will take a lot of data, and that lot of data, unless it is interpreted properly, you know, you are having data done. Yeah, it is just big elephant. Unless it is managed elephant is difficult to say extract any information from the elephant. So if we could able to manage the elephant, we could able to get work extracted from the elephant, I think we can do a good job. Similarly, if we have big data, that will be just like a which we don't have decimal. So these are some of the existing ones which you can just treat as units of, let's say, the IoT. And these units are developed by individuals and maybe a company, but they are to be integrated with the system. The which form as IoT. So that's what happened. So here, again, this is doctors to say watch, which you can send back messages to doctors, or the administration will send to the doctors so that they will get to attend a consultation. Now, doctor you can send a prescription or this watches are anti-equal. This is the electronic gadget which will be used to take our food, but depending on the state, depending on the way that we are eating, like on the gentle vibrations when we are eating too fast. So it will control or inform us how good we are eating. Or it gives us the hygiene of our dental system. So it is having a smart sensors based on this condition of our dental condition hygiene. So it is sending some information to our let's say PCs, so our smartphones are your PCs are wherever we desire. And we will monitoring, we will try to get the glucose levels and then track the condition of the recorded blood pressure monitor. So again, all that what we are doing inside our arm is pouch and here, and it will automatically our smartphone will activate is performing the blood pressure. do appropriately, whether say it is routine or it's abnormal. The imaging is to doctor or a service provider subject. And smart cardio, which can record the cardiac functions of the body and there are the device shirt, which will be regarding parameters like respiration and here again, this is electric key, which is a portable heart monitor and data. And this will be helpful for ambulatory systems. And the subject is out of the hospital. Doctors who are the service providers. And this with regular critique, I think all of us are very familiar with this. So nowadays, steps involved and sleep activity of the one of the energy instead of start so these are all forms as let us say part of IoT for healthcare. So which one is important? It depends again on which area we would like to give part. What I know myself. And all this whatever we did, so maybe gadget more than 1 or 2 parameters measurements. And as this is the not control shooting and various the band and by recording or condition and probably the our condition we assess. So here really getting at the right or sleeping or some sort of process will be based on our thinking how we can even give a brief control this thing. So based on our process, we can even perform additional activities like say wheelchair movement or sometimes switch on or something else. Whatever. That depends how we program. So all that part of insurance is parameters. Yeah, using the real body. Based on that, sessions will be taken. So these are some of the electronic gadgets which are developed or under development for different purposes. So all of us are aware of this. When you want to come up with one gadget like this, which I was saying, one leap of the IoT, and one has to do rigorous work and one has to show a lot of assurance, studies, and everything. And we think of IoT here. Preventive medicine is the one who best uses the body by IoT. Because we will be able to assess or monitor the parameters of the individual system. We will be able to select the diseases or any disadvantages that may come later stage. In order to be system, and if we begin to do IoT measurements, then we can do damage system. Similarly for medicine also, increase mobility and other so a subject can move around and whenever there is an emergency, thermostats, in the times of pandemic, IoT tracking systems work immediately when critical changes in patients' parameters occur. So, yes, even today's condition, when we got and accelerated processing of patient data, the IoT combined with AI and ML can answer all the questions. So IoT will collect all the information from the subject or parameters will be collected, and then after machine learning will make us to take appropriate decisions so that a good service can be rendered to the subject. IoT-based medical apps will provide better management of drugs and medicine adherence, reduce risk of error and miscalculation with the two factors are avoided by using IoT. Personal data is securely transferred directly to the doctor. So there is a lot of encryption and maybe decryption or taking place in this. So medical data can be very safely handled and that will be made accessible only to the person required. So here what is after and maybe help to that. These are some of the benefits that we can see for IoT in the area of care. So that concludes my part or my side sharing the participants. Maybe I'll be happy to share attend or take some questions from participants or maybe any other discussion that people feel so. Yeah. Madam Dr. Padmasai. Padmasai, is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, dear participants, any having any questions, please try to raise your questions, please.
So, this is Sadia. I wanted to ask from your presentation that because you spoke about a lot of applications in IoT, what is the most happening and difficult challenge that one has to overcome in this rapidly growing technological world?
Yeah. Anyway, good to answer this again. See, like I was mentioning in my talk, see, all these IoT devices or gadgets are the leaves of the IoT network. And IoT is, there is again to combine all these gadgets together and decision making and again passing back the decision to the appropriate person is the one what we expect out of this IoT. And as I mentioned earlier, see, these IoT devices are different organs of our body. When we say which organ is important or which organ is not important, we are not able to say offhand. It is to that particular activity, that organ is very important. Similarly, in this IoT, if we take, let us say, medical healthcare, So the measurement of, let us say, temperature is also a part of it, or at the same time, the respiratory measurement is also important. So we cannot say which one is most important, most activity. So if we want to say, okay, particular situation now, whether a person is, let us say, now had RT-PCR positive, and in that condition, probably measurement of respiration is more important than maybe the temperature, or about sleeping, or we don't know. I mean, these are all again, doctors have to prioritize, and we have to say how they are important in taking decision. All of the what I think there is no unit we can say is the highest in the IoT, is the lowest in the IoT system. So it is like our society. In society, no individual is very important, and no individual is useless. All of us are equal. Each one of us has to function or do our functions normally for coexistence, or maybe for smooth running of the society. That way. Did I make anything meaningful, madam?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, how can we, actually we are facing a lot of issues while collecting data from hospitals. So could you please help us so that we can also do some good projects at our institute?
Yeah, is it we are not looking into the...
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I really appreciate the way that it has been delivered by your director, Chinakeshwar Rao. I think I mean already there is some activity going on in the institute. I think you may not think that no one can give a magic solution for this data collection, or maybe making a big stride in this IoT, because it has to be driven by individual's interest. And nowadays, one way I can just put it is for our great advantage. This COVID-19 has brought in the biomedical engineer in the limelight. The doctors as well as say general public also has identified there is a biomedical physician or maybe biomedical stream which is important for the treatment of human diseases or maybe human ailments. So with this, now doctors are really coming forward to share data, or to allow the engineers to impact and then record data. So I think a good days are coming for biomedical engineers. That's what I can see from this with conditional numbers. I mean, there is no direct help or something. See, take one particular one. Either you want to work in, let us say, signal processing, maybe which signal again you want to pursue, either ECG, or maybe any other muscular signals, or any signals you can try to approach appropriate hospital. And we have good advantage in India that we are having the huge population, and each hospital is having surface. I think we have to just narrow down our thinking. Rather than thinking I will be completely architecting the IoT. Rather, as mentioned, one unit. In one area we can try to develop and then try to show our marks in the particular area. That's all I can think of as an individual. Okay, thank you, madam. Thank you for your interest. So maybe we can go on to next question, please.
No questions, sir, from audience. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful keynote address and enlightening us about the technological challenges of IoT and possible solutions to overcome them, and also talking to us about applications in so many different domains. We hope that the audience will explore more in detail in the coming 4 days with our eminent speakers with us here. Thank you for accepting our invite and being with us here today.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So,
Yeah.
We would like to present virtual memento.
Okay. Thank you.
We wish we could have you here on campus at our institute, sir, but
I want to be there, but anyway, now this is the way what we can interact. Okay.
sir, are you able to see virtual memento, sir?
No, it's only black screen is there. Yeah, okay. Yes, it came on. Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you very nicely prepared.
Sure, we miss you, sir, really.
Yeah, all of us are in the same condition.
Okay, thank you, sir, for your wonderful information.
Thank you. Okay, madam.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
okay, thank you.
so with this, we'll start our first session of SPS Summer School, which is a 4-day virtual event. And we have Dr. M. Malini here today with us to talk about the latest trends in healthcare technology. Yes. So Dr. M. Malini graduated in the year 1988 and has a teaching experience of more than 20 years and research experience of more than 10 years. She is a professor at the Department of Biomedical Engineering at University College of Engineering, OU. Her areas of interest include driver alertness evaluation, gait analysis of Parkinson's and other neuromuscular disorders, brain computer interface applications, signal processing, and embedded medical instrumentation. She has published more than 50 research papers and has been a guide to many research scholars. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you for accepting our invite.
Yeah, thank you so much for the good words and nice introduction. Yeah, first of all, my salutations to all the dignitaries. My special thanks to Dr. Padmasai for inviting me to be a part of this event, and that was the first speaker, and thanks a lot for that. Yeah, shall I present my screen? Can you allow me to present my screen?
Sure, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can present your screen.
Yeah, 1 second. That option is not highlighted. 1 second. We can.
Do you have the option available now, ma'am?
It says open, 1 second, system preferences, 1 second. No, it's not highlighted. That share content is not highlighted.
Yes, ma'am. Can you do it now?
No.
Is it okay, ma'am, now?
No, ma.
So you are the presenter. Can you please try again?
Yeah, I'm just trying that. No, I'll just leave and then join. I think it says quit and then join. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Hello, can you give me the access now? Hello?
Hello, ma'am. Given.
But it is not. It's not highlighted.
Yes, ma'am. Can you please try again?
Yeah. 1 second. Yeah. Now I think I can.
Okay, ma'am. We can get started.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One second. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. So this is the topic given to me, the latest trends in healthcare technologies. And I'm Dr. Malini, Professor and Head, Department of Biomedical Engineering, University College of Engineering, Usmania University. I'm very happy to be here with you all today. I think I'll take you through the latest trends in healthcare technologies with a small introduction. I think this is the outline of my presentation. I'll first tell what is healthcare and its significance and healthcare scenario in India. medical instruments, because this is where the application of engineering has started in the medical field. So I'll just touch upon one or two slides on medical instruments, and then the latest trends with advantages, challenges, applications, and examples in the Internet of Things, which is the theme of your presentation of your summer school, and one or two slides on artificial intelligence and the future trends. So this is how I have prepared my presentation. Yeah, what is healthcare? So whenever we talk of, we generally be using this term healthcare, and it just involves the maintenance and improvement of medical services to meet the ever-growing demands of the people. Obviously, all of us want to be healthy. So any system that is going to take care of the maintenance, and definitely it is not only the maintenance that matters, but it's the improvement of the services to meet the ever-growing demands, because we see the health requirements are growing day by day with several challenges we are going to face. And when it comes to healthcare, you have several aspects which are going to be included in that. So the first thing which comes to our mind is the hospitals and medical devices. So hospitals are the places where the medical services are going to be given. Medical devices help us to do several number of things. So Dr. Ramasubba Reddy has already given some of these. So what are the things they can do, like monitoring, diagnosing, tracking, etc. So clinical trials. So obviously all of us were these days we are very familiar with the word clinical trials. Thanks to COVID, so the vaccine, several vaccines across the globe are being put to clinical trials, and we are so happy that Indian vaccines are doing good in the clinical trials. And outsourcing, telemedicine, medical tourism. We hear some surgeries being done on foreign patients because they feel the services which we are offering are better than that they get in their countries, or they are not available in their countries. So we have the medical tourism, so health insurance and medical equipment. And we know the population is growing day by day, and healthcare is definitely one of the top priorities in the present society. So if we are healthy, definitely it's going to be a positive aspect. As a result of several technological innovations, so that is the reason we have the latest trends, the title of my lecture here. So as a result of several technological innovations, there is a vast change in the advancement of healthcare system. We'll see what are the areas which have contributed to the advancement of healthcare system. So if we look at the significance of healthcare, so whenever we look at the healthcare system in a country, it is going to measure the effectiveness or the efficiency of the government in that particular country. And it definitely is going to be different from one country to the other because of their healthcare policies. So if you look at UK, they have a free healthcare given to all their citizens. They give free education to all their citizens. So it may not be the case in all the countries, definitely. So we see in our country, we have a different scenario. So the services and the system is varying from one country to the other. So that is definitely depending on their healthcare policies. Yes. In industrialized countries, it's well advanced. We can say it's well advanced. And they specifically mention about the services they are going to offer to their people. Okay. Yes. It has started in India too. We'll see shortly the scenario. And when we want to measure the physical as well as the mental well-being of the people, healthcare is definitely a important parameter to consider, because yes, physically we all realize, but even mental well-being is definitely going to be reflected by the healthcare what we are going to have. It's also, this is most important, so it's also recognized as a great contributor to the country's economy. So we can measure the country's economy by the healthy individuals the country is going to have. So if you look at the healthcare scenario in India, it has become one of the India's largest sector, both in terms of revenue as well as the employment. Revenue is the financial resources and as well as the employment. You see, nowadays, when you compare with maybe 5 years before or 10 years before, we have several hospitals booming like anything. So we may be thinking that why so many hospitals, but as the population is growing, we do require them. And definitely, you can imagine or you can visualize how much employment a hospital is going to create. So, in terms of both revenue and employment, healthcare is one of the India's largest sector. And the reason it is going at a very fast rate is because strengthening, we have the coverage is there and we have the services available and increased expenditure by public as well as the government sector. So, more amount of money is being pumped into the healthcare by public as well as the private firms. So that is the reason it is growing at a very high pace. And we do have several well-trained medical professionals, be it specialist doctors or paramedical staff. So we do have a large pool of well-trained medical professionals. So that definitely is going to be advantageous to us. And also, as I told, it is considered as a medical tourist place because of the cost competitiveness we offer. So when the cost of a surgery is going to be compared maybe in their own country, okay, so it may be definitely a competitive price in Asia as compared to some countries in Asia as well as the Western countries. That is the reason we attract medical tourists. Yeah, if you compare with that in US or Western Europe, the cost of surgery in India is about 1/10 of what they have. So we do have some people coming to India specifically for medical tourism. It's a new word coined, medical tourism. Tourism we are all very familiar, but medical tourism is the latest thing what we have. So in India we have private as well as public healthcare systems, and it's going to, in terms of yes, definitely we have a lot of thing to do because we rank 145 among 195 countries in terms of quality and accessibility of healthcare. We are far behind, but definitely we need to put some voluntary efforts and then go up the rank. We need to be in a better position. And healthcare delivery system in India is two ways. That is, one is public or government, and we have the private one. Yes, when we take the government sector or a public firms, it is going to be limited to secondary and tertiary care institutions in key cities, and the focus is mainly going to be on the primary health centers, especially in the villages. Whereas if you look at the private, most of the services are going to be provided in big cities or metros and Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. So, referring to India Brand Equity Foundation, these are the factors which are going to contribute to our medical healthcare facilities in India, the advantage in what they have given. First one is a strong demand. So healthcare market in India is definitely booming, and by 2022, maybe in another maybe 1.5 to 2 years, it is expected to reach US dollars 372 billion. Okay, and this is by rising income, better. Yes, we are all better aware now in terms of our health, lifestyle diseases, and increasing access to insurance. And attractive opportunities. As I have told you, there are several opportunities in our country, and Government of India now is trying to increase the healthcare expenditure to 3% of the gross domestic product or GDP. In another, that also by 2022. And we have if you look at the mergers and acquisition deals in the healthcare sector, it has jumped to 155% to 7,615 crores in the financial year 2019. And if you look at the manpower, the skillful manpower, the number of doctors has increased to I think 11,54,686 in 2018 from 8 lakhs to 27,006 in 2010. So in 8 years, there is a very high increase in the number of skilled doctors. And the largest, this is the world's largest government. We have the Ayushman Bharat, which has been recently launched. I think a year back it was launched. Though it was started on 2018, it has picked up only in 2019, and now it is full-fledged now, Ayushman Bharat. So these are the factors which contribute favorably to our healthcare sector in India. And if we have to have healthcare, yes, we go to a hospital. So generally, if you look at the scenario, if you have any health abnormality, we do visit a doctor or maybe a hospital. So as soon as we go to a hospital, maybe some parameters are going to be taken. Vital, like simple thing is the body temperature thermometer. Okay, and maybe if you go to a primary health center, so definitely there is going to be a thermometer will be there, a BP apparatus will be there. So these are the things. If you go to a clinic, maybe you have better, a portable ECG machine may be there. And if you go to a hospital, you have several equipment available. So if we just look at, whenever we are talking of the recent trends in healthcare, so the major contributor to recent trends or technological innovations is going to be the medical instrumentation sector. So I'll just spend maybe 1 or 2 slides on what exactly a medical instrument is, and where is the scope for technological innovation. So looking at the instrument categories, you can classify medical instruments based on several factors. One of them being the function which it is going to do. So based on the function, if you can categorize, you have diagnostic, therapeutic, monitoring, and evaluation. So diagnosis is detecting. So detecting whether there is a disease or not. So simple thermometer you measure. So you measure and see, look at the temperature, and you decide whether it is there is fever or not. Okay, you want to detect whether there is fever or not. So thermometer becomes a diagnostic. Similarly, simple ECG blood pressure monitor, the sphygmomanometer. You measure, and then it is going to tell you the blood pressure value, based on which the doctor is going to decide whether you have normal blood pressure, hypertension, or hypotension. So such things, such instruments to detect, which are going to be used to detect, are known as diagnostic instruments. And coming to the therapeutic, they are used for treatment. You have a dialysis machine. Okay, it is going to treat a certain condition. It is going to remove the waste which the kidneys are not able to do. So it is treating a particular condition. So that becomes a therapeutic instrument. Similarly, a pacemaker. Pacemaker is a therapeutic instrument. It is going to adjust or set right the arrhythmias or rhythm disturbances in the heart. So that is a therapeutic instrument. Next, you have the monitoring. So when you look at monitoring, monitoring is nothing but measuring continuously. You want on a long-term basis, you want to look at a certain parameter, how it is increasing, how it is progressing, whether it is increasing, decreasing, or whether it is in the normal limits or so. So such instruments, a bedside monitor, you must have seen in maybe in movies. So where the ECG just keeps on. So in critical care units, these are going to be used, monitoring equipment, and that is nothing but a continuous measurement. And evaluation, we want to evaluate a person. So maybe in some recruitments, army or in police sector recruitment, they evaluate whether the person is fit or not, medically fit or not. So their lung measurement, spirometer, certain parameters are going to be measured, and then they evaluate whether a person is fit for a particular job or not. So based on the function, these are the types of medical instrument categories, and based on the site of measurement, based on the site of measurement, where you are going to carry out the measurement, whether it is inside the body, whether it is outside the body, you categorize as in vivo or in vitro. So when I say in vivo, the measurements are going to be made within the living organism. So we are going to send a catheter with a pH sensitive electrode into the bloodstream, where it measures the pH of the blood. Then that becomes an in vivo measurement or an in vivo instrument. Whereas in vitro, we are going to collect the sample and then try to evaluate it outside and then decide about its pH. Same pH, maybe we can draw a blood sample and then measure its pH in the laboratory. So in vitro generally means outside the body. Vitro is glass. So whenever you collect that, put in tubes which are made of glass. That is the reason we call them as in vitro measurements or in vitro instruments. And lastly, we look at the based on application. So it could be clinical. So it is for, directly on patients if you are going to use, whether it is for diagnosis or treatment or monitoring. If it is clinical, we mean we are using it on patients. Okay. And if it is research, it is mainly to acquire knowledge. So the human body is mostly a black box. We do not know much about it. We have learned so much about it, but still I think there is so much to learn about it. So if you are using some equipment or instrument for acquiring knowledge then about the human body, then it becomes a research instrument. So I just want to give you an example of a PC based ECG machine, the block diagram, so that it will give you an idea of what components are going to be there in an instrument, a typical instrument. It is not, and only including the ECG machine because ECG machine is a common thing and which most of the people will be aware of. So it records the ECG, and we will also have an idea of what are the components, and we can also look at where there is scope for technological innovations or advancements. Okay. Yeah. So if you look at the block diagram of a PC based ECG machine, so you have the sensor or the electrodes which are going to pick up the ECG signal. Okay, so these are going to be attached to the limbs as well as the thorax or the chest of the patient whose ECG has to be recorded. And then you have the protection circuit. From there it goes to the lead selector. You can select a combination of the several, depending on the several electrodes, we can actually select which electrodes you want to connect to the preamplifier. From there it goes to the isolation circuit. Isolation is very important, especially when we are looking or when we are making measurements on the human body, because it is going to isolate the patient part of the circuit as well as the mains connected supply, power supply part. So because we are making measurements on a human being whose life is very precious to us, we can't afford to lose that. So we have an isolation circuit. From there you have the driver amplifier and the recorder printer. So this straight thing is the actual basic thing. And we also have the calibration, auto calibration has to be done, not going into the details, but just we require the calibration, baseline restoration. It's we want to always have the baseline has to be at zero potential or isoelectric, and you have the isolated power supply. Obviously, whenever the leads are going to be losing contact, or whenever an electrode becomes dislodged, it loses contact with the skin, you have a lead fail detection circuit. So this circuit is going to detect if the electrode is going to be dislodged from the subject and there is a contact failure. And you have driven right leg circuit. This is mainly for reducing the noise. And okay, So coming here, if you want to store that, you can take the analog output here, convert it into digital form through an ADC and then store it in memory. Apart from that, you have microcomputer, which has an operator display. So the person who is going to record, he has a display and he can key in some details about the patient through the keyboard. And you also can analyze the ECG. Sorry. You can also analyze the ECG with a simple program, or simple analysis can be done by writing the analysis program and then giving it to a microcomputer. So here, this simple analysis program can detect some rhythm disturbances. So whether the heart rate is normal or not. Okay, heart rate normally 72 beats per minute. Okay, whether it is normal or not. We want to do some processing or count the number of heart beats per minute and then say whether it is normal or written here. So if you look at the simplest of maybe the initial ECG circuit, it had sensing electrodes, lead selector, amplifier, driver amplifier and recorder. This was the only path available. But with advancements of electronics, we have these circuits. We are able to protect the amplifier. Why we need to protect the amplifier here is when we are recording the ECG, maybe in an ICU where the subject is critically ill, we may have to use a defibrillator which is going to apply a very high voltage shock. So in that case, because both the equipment are going to be connected to the same subject or the same patient, there is a possibility of very high currents entering into the amplifier and then destroy the ECG machine. So in order to overcome that, we don't want to this ECG machine to be damaged. We want to see the effectiveness of the defibrillator by looking at the ECG. So in order to protect this equipment, we are going to use this circuit. So this is again a circuit. Lead field detection is also a circuit.